Hey, what's up everyone? I am Torvald and I am extremely excited to bring you the newest edition of the Abyssal Proving Grounds. We are now getting limited time instance PvP arenas in EVE Online. To give you a little bit of background, the Proving Arena was first introduced back in 2018 with the Onslaught release as an experiment. After making it to the third room of an Abyssal Dead Space site, players had the options of taking the Origin Conduit to send them home or the Proving Conduit to send them into EVE Online's first ever arena. Upon entering the Proving Conduit, players found themselves in an arena with an Origin Conduit, a Triglavian loot cache, and possibly another opponent waiting for them. If you're the first player to enter, there are two timers, a 30-minute timer for the entire site, and the second timer on the loot that starts counting down from 5 minutes. If the 5 minutes on the loot ticks down without another player entering, you're free to take the loot, and the gate opens up for your freedom. If another player enters before the 5 minutes are up, you fight to the death. Winner of the fight gets the loot of their victim, the Triglavian cache, and the freedom to go home. If neither player dies before the 30-minute timer is up, both ships and pods get destroyed by the Abyssal field collapsing. Throughout the lifespan of this style of PvP, a few major concerns came up from the player base. First, you had to be able to complete a T3 or higher Abyssal PvE site to be able to get to the Proving Conduit. Many players didn't want to be forced to do PvE before they could get into the arena. On top of that, the Proving Arenas was only available for 1v1 cruisers, leading to an extremely stale meta that was dominated by the Iki Tursa. Being locked into 1v1 wasn't appealing, and the player base constantly asked for the arena to be opened up to 3v3 frigates, ever since the 3-player frigate squads became available in the Abyss. The last issue, the frequency of finding fights. Because it wasn't a popular feature, not many people were actively PvPing, which led to scenarios where those that did want to PvP had the disappointment of constantly waiting 5 minutes in the arena without getting any content. CP came out strong on this one, taking all of the feedback from players and did a completely new Abyssal Arena. These new Abyssal Arenas are now accessible with a special filament, leading you directly to the arena without having to do any PvE. These new filaments will be released in 9 different events starting in mid-July and going until October, with each event featuring a new format. The first 3 that have been announced are 2v2 T1 cruisers, 5-player destroyer free-for-all, and in honor of the Amarian Foundation Day, 3v3 Imperial Navy Slicers. All you'll need to do is get the filaments, which come from Abyssal PvE and Invasion content, or bought off the market, and you can team up with a group to go directly to the Abyssal Arena from anywhere in New Eden. Upon activating the filament, you'll be placed in a queue with your fleet members until a matchup is found. To activate the filament and be put in the queue, players must be in space and away from everything else, just like the Needlejack or current Abyssal filaments. As you wait in the queue, you can check out your stats for the current event, as well as the new leaderboard that will display the top 100 player stats. The top 100 pilots on the leaderboard at the end of each event will receive rewards, including a set of limited, unique skins only obtainable from these events. As of right now, this is a test, coming to Tranquility as limited events to gauge the interest of players. After the first 3 events, the remaining 6 formats have not yet been announced. We have no clue what lies ahead, but the developers are actively listening and talking with the player base. These new arenas have great potential, from being an active permanent feature in EVE to possibly laying the foundation for tournament-style gameplay. CCP has stated that they have a lot of flexibility to use the filaments, with the ability to change up the format, release limited time events, and even restrict certain modules, implants, and ships. Abyssal Arenas are completely replacing the old, so after 16 July, there will no longer be a Proving Conduit at the end of any Abyssal site. These new arenas are exactly what the player base has asked for. Some of the controversy around them is the fact that they take away from the sandbox and reduce the amount of players in space roaming. One thing to remember with this is that the players have to be in space and are completely engageable while they're in the queue waiting for matchup. This style of content appeals to all sorts of players, giving capsulers the ability to do fair, even PvP without the fear of getting blobbed or capital drops. CCP is testing the waters with this one, and if popular enough, it could become a permanent feature in EVE Online. First edition of this feature goes live on Tranquility on July 16th, and kicking it off will be the 2v2 T1 cruisers. So grab a friend or an ult and get ready to climb your way to the top of the leaderboard for some sick skins, loot, and glory. I'm Torvald. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the arena.